Okay, what I'm going to do in this video is I'll do some of the hand techniques. There's a myriad of them. I'm not going to stop the video and explain each one. I'll do that in other videos. But I'll do what I do to cover the multitude of hand techniques, and including open hand boxing techniques. And I'll break these down and explain them later. So just watch the video and just see that I can do all the hand techniques of Yun Jun Do, also integrated with what I know in the past, like integrated Healy's techniques into the Yun Jun Do system. I can go for about an hour with all these different techniques, which are all very effective. And I usually break them down from the back hand to the front hand, from fist to palm blocks, etc. So again, I'm not going to bore you with the detail on this video. I'm just going to combine them all together so you can see what it's like to do all the Yun Jun Do / Healy's integrated into one system. And you can implement this with the students in a class. But in the Yun Jun Do syllabus, we break all this down into various small parts, but I'll just put it into one big part to start with. Okay, we'll start a few. I won't explain it because I'll do other videos to break them down. So we'll just start a couple of moves so you can see what I'm doing. Front hand, palm, opposite side. Now I'll do 5 reps, 5 back, 5 front, 5, 5, 5, 5, 15 on each side. So just to give you an idea, start off at the back, go to the front. Front, palm, top fist. Top fist is a groin strike. Open hand, other side. Now I'm only doing 3. Usually I do 5, 5, 5. Open hand, palm. We'll pull, knee strike here. Other side. All right, more to come next tape. Now, there's some open-handed boxing which I've added into the Yun Jun Do syllabus, and it fits along, it just adds layers onto the videos. The first technique is left, right, slap, or it could be what you call a reverse knife hand. In this case I'm using a slap. left, right, hook, cross. Other side, left, right, hook, cross, 15-degree hook. One more. Rip, hook. Left, right, rip, hook. It's a very good technique. Other side. Hooking block, grab, rip and punch. Now you really have to be tutored to be able to execute this one, but you'll get the idea. I'll do one slow motion. Hook, grab, rip, pull over. I'll do the next couple a bit faster. Hook, grab, 3, hook. Need to be tutored in that, but you're just getting the big picture. Here, hook, step, hook, grab, rip, over the top. Here we go. 2, grab. 3, hook, grab. The final one, there are others. These are the key basics. 3 straight lefts or 4 straight lefts and a right cross. So it's moving in with this one. Shuffle back. Shuffle back. Shuffle back. Opposite, always do both sides. Shuffle back. Shuffle back. Okay, so that's some of the key integrated Healy's boxing techniques, open hand, for the video, to add on the Yun CDs. More coming in the next video. Alright, this is a counter to a right cross. The right cross comes in, palm down, slap to the side of the head. Could be reverse knife hand, but you watch how it works. Other side, it's just a tap. Now here is what you call the crab's claw. That can be used just as a technique on its own. It's a throat grab. The web of the hand strikes the larynx and you grab from behind. It can be used in combination with other techniques. Other side. See, this is why we do non-contact. If you do contact with that, it's too, grievous bodily harm, right? And we're not all about that, but it's definitely about self-defense. Okay. In the guard, position, what I call the Healy / Yun guard position, you've got several ways where you can defend and counterattack any sort of kick. One drill is the elbow smashes, right? So I'm here guarding, a kick comes in towards my floating ribs, and I step back into cat stance and drop, not deeply, but I drop the elbow into the attacking leg in the joint. Now, you don't have to condition your elbows, you don't have to condition your knees, not like a kickboxer would do where they'd have to condition the shins and all this. We're assuming that just ordinary people just defending themselves with their naturally hard body tools, which is the knees and elbows generally. You can do knuckle work, but you have to do a little bit of conditioning for that. Hammer fist, no worries. Top fist, no worries. Spear finger in the right position, no problem. Okay, so here we are in a guarding stance. Incoming kick to the floating rib. We'll do this on each side. That's 1, 2, 3. Off the backhand, you don't have to move this one much. It's just like that. 3. Other side. It's a cap stance, really, they call it. Tighten the fist. Backhand. Just showing that side on. Just doesn't move far, just boom and down. So boom and down. You got the idea? Alright, now where the elbows guard from here up with open hands, the knees guard the lower section against kicks of the thigh, etc., etc. So in all the martial arts I look at, no one really checks the legs very effective. They cop kicks, but they don't check them that effectively. So this is a drill to help you to check kicks. And what we do is we bring the knees outwards at 30 degrees, not straight up and down, not like the traditional kickboxer, but we turn them out at 30 degrees as if we would do a twist kick, but we're just protecting with the knees. So this is a drill. As we just did with the elbows there, I'm now going to do protection for the knees or someone kicking around the thigh area. And you can counter. I won't bring the counters in to make it complicated, but keep it simple. Like Grandmaster's all about keeping it simple. He'd rather do 1,000 turning kicks on one spot than a whole lot of different techniques. So that's his philosophy, and it's worked for him, and he's 80 years old and still going strong, so it's good enough for me too. Okay, so this is just that drill for the knees up. Back leg. So, you know, I could check the kick, throat grab. You watch it, throat grab. Okay? Here, check the kick, throat grab, left hand. Works either way. So we're just doing the other one. Back leg. This is a way you can fend off lower kick attacks. Okay, next video coming up shortly. Okay, I'm just going to go through some basic kicking techniques. We do them off the back leg and front leg and combine them with hand techniques, and the reason for that, of course, if you're doing kicks off the back leg, sometimes they can be preempted. You can see them coming. There's more lead time, but off the front leg you'll never see them coming. So what we do in Yun Jundo, it's not about the patterns, because the Grandmaster was the chairman of technique for 22 years in the ITF. He went around the world setting the standards with the ITF patterns that they still teach to this day. What he did was just melt them down to patterns that actually have some sort of practical application. Because I've done ITF, and a lot of the patterns, not that I don't respect the ITF guys, you know, that's great, but a lot of the patterns have got all these miscellaneous moves that have nothing to do with self-defense. It's just either a philosophical calligraphy writing by General Choi. I know how the patterns were formed because I've had one-on-one conversations with years with one of the masters, the living masters of the original Taekwondo, Grandmaster Yun. So I know how General Choi did the patterns. He actually drew calligraphy, and then the masters, they were his students at the time, they just copied the calligraphy on the ground. So that was how he implemented the philosophy with the movements. It didn't have anything to do, in a lot of the cases, nothing to do with actual self-defense application. So what the Grandmaster did, he just took out all the miscellaneous bits, kept the personal development separate, and made the patterns a part of just proper reactive self-defense modules. So, and explaining that a little bit more clearly, what we focus on is the individual technique, and the patterns just happens at the end of it. So you break the pattern down into, you know, various techniques, and you just hammer those techniques as you would, as a real master would, until they're absolutely solid, and then you put it back into the pattern. You take what I call the DNA out of the pattern, then you put it back in later. But the DNA is what I'm going to show you now. It's basic, but it depends how you do it. So first move, we just do, I usually do 5 front, 5 back and all that. We will just do 3 back, 3 front, 3 combined together. So I'm just going to start off with the back leg front kick and a double punch, right? Just 3. Then you translate that to the lead leg, which they'll never see. The back leg they might catch, but that teaches hip movement. So the lead leg now. Now you combine them all together. So lead leg, punch, back leg, kick. Right, other side do the same thing. Now, when you see how we do the front kick, it's the original snap kick. So it's up under the groin. It's not a kickboxer's push kick, although I know how to do that. This is a groin snap kick. So I'll just do the other side without the explanation. Back leg first. Lead. Combine it together. That's the first basic combination. Okay, the next level up is front kick off the lead leg, full turning kick off the rear leg. Right, now with full turning kick, depending on the person's hip flexibility, usually full turning kick is a 90-degree kick about waist height. So it'll be the kick that if someone throws a punch, you can move through full turn to the midsection as you intersect them. In this particular breakdown of the technique, it's used to front kick to the groin. As they bend over, you come into full turning kick. So I'll do 3 on each side. So that's straight out of one of the patterns. And so you can learn that technique. Of course, we also do them in 4 directions. So each of the kicks, front, turning, back, side, reverse turning, all in 4 directions. That's part of the drills we've got here. But my objective is just to get the fundamental skills, just for you to see them and you can practice them as a unit and then put them back into the system later. So I've got, as I say, I'm just giving you the total toolbox, and you can pick pieces out of it as you go through it. As your skills increase, you just pick different parts of this toolbox. I'll have a full display of toolbox, like arrangement of, on the basic DVDs that the Grandmaster did in, I think he did it in about 1997. But the kicks they done in the DVDs, absolutely perfect. You can't improve on that. If you're a young practitioner, of course you can do the jumping versions. But at 65, you know, I used to love jump kicks. Jump side, jump back were my specialities. Jump half turning, reverse turning used to give me back problems, so I'm a bit careful with that. But jumping version, that is. I can still do the normal version on the floor. But a younger person can do the jumping techniques. I will do videos on that, but you've got to bear in mind at 65, probably not as good as some of the young practitioners, but there's a limit to doing jump kicks. They are very effective. I've used them in the real world. So people say, oh, jump kicks aren't effective. They just don't know how to kick. Well, they don't know how to do jump kicks. One person that comes to mind when I think of it, who was one of the greatest kickboxers of all time, Benny the Jet Udequez, his favourite technique was jump and back kick, and he beat everyone with it. That once he got that one in, that was the end of him. And a lot of some of the more recent competitors have copied that technique, and it's very effective. But with Yun, you know, we're not about competition. I just use that as an illustration. We're about the training system for a complete health, mind, body, spirit system, rehabilitation system that you can do something competing within yourself for the rest of your life. That's what we're about. If you want to be a competitor in UFC or a boxer like I used to be, good luck to you. That's great. That's where you see your career in that. But that's only 1% of the population, or under that. 99% of the people just want to do training for health and fitness, and that's where we're at. Health, fitness, rehabilitation, relaxing, mind, body, spirit stuff. Okay, front and half turning, or not, front and full turning kick. 3 on each side. Other side, both sides. Always have to have a wider stance. Now just full turn on its own. Yeah. Hope that gives you a bit of an idea. Next one coming up.